We've seen the posters, blue skies, endless rows of shiny panels, blades spinning like ballet dancers. The sales pitch is simple, limitless, clean, safe. But flip the postcard over and you'll find a different scene: bulldozed forests, villages told to pack up overnight, and mines so brutal some journalists just call them blood batteries. Stick around. By the end of this, those emerald promises might look closer to the color of a fresh bruise: green, sure, but painful all the same. Imagine a square on Google Earth, 6 kilometers on a side, plopped in California's Mojave. Fill it with solar mirrors and you can power 140,000 homes. Neat trick. Zoom in, though, and the land used to belong to desert tortoises, fringe-toed lizards, and creosote bushes older than the United States. Half the tortoises have vanished, the lizards are now locally threatened, and the creosotes are mulch. The mirrors still gleam, but the ground beneath them is cracked and quiet. That's our opening shot: sunlight at a price. The great land grab renewable fans love the phrase, free fuel. Wind and sunlight don't send invoices, true. But land does. 1 gigawatt of solar, enough for San Francisco at lunchtime, means blanketing 20 square kilometers, Manhattan plus another Central Park. Wind is worse. Turbines need elbow room, so a gigawatt of wind can sprawl across 200 square kilometers of what used to be native grassland or bog. Down in South Africa's Namakuru, a planned solar corridor would slice straight across the riverine rabbit's last decent real estate, fewer than 500 left on the planet. Up in Scotland's Flow country, turbines are nibbling away at Europe's biggest blanket bog, a carbon sponge so vital that the climate savings from the turbines are cancelled by the damage below. Governments do keep no-go maps, but the global sprint to build faster, cheaper, bigger keeps running right past them. Birds, bats, and blades. Turbine blades are deceptively elegant until you clock the tip speed, 300 kilometers per hour, Formula One with no brakes and no track. In North America alone, wind farms kill 600,000 to 900,000 bats every year. That's not just sad, it's expensive. Bats save farmers billions in pesticide bills. Birds get the same brutal maths. Eagles, cranes, red kites, big, slow breeders that love windy ridges as much as developers do. In Spain's Campo de Belchite, half the GPS-tagged juvenile Egyptian vultures crashed into turbines during their first year of flight. Engineers have tricks. Paint one blade black, shut the machines down on low wind nights, blast ultrasonic chimes, but each fix only halves the body count. 500,000 is still a pile of wings. Mining the sun. A standard 400-watt solar panel needs about 20 grams of silver. Pocket change, until you multiply by 200 million panels shipped each year. That's 4,000 tons of silver, roughly 8% of everything pulled out of global mines. In Peru's high Andes, silver runoff has turned mountain rivers the color of rust. In Inner Mongolia, rare earth sludge has poisoned groundwater so badly that entire towns now truck in drinking water. Batteries dig the deepest scars. Lithium, cobalt, nickel. Half the world's cobalt is hacked out of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Tens of thousands of miners, kids included, dig 30 meters pits with shovels and t-shirts. Amnesty puts the child worker headcount at about 40,000. Their daily dusting? Cobalt and a side order of uranium. Recycling could ease the load, yet less than 5% of lithium-ion batteries ever see a second life. Until that changes, every new Tesla or grid-scale battery is another vote for those hand-dug pits. Abandoned towns, abandoned people. The energy transition isn't just gadgets, it's ghost stories. Appalachia has lost 40,000 coal jobs since 2010. Wyoming's Powder River Basin is bracing for another 6,000. These miners have union cards, mortgages, and the only diner in town. The new gigs, solar installer, wind tech, are 600 kilometers away, often non-union, and want certificates nobody had to study for underground. Retraining exists. Kentucky's home program turns miners into roofers and solar technicians. It's a lifeline, but its yearly budget is $5 million, less than a single coal plant once paid out in wages each month. Germany's €40 billion coal compromise shows another path. Pay regions to reinvent themselves. Some flourish. Others watch turbines spin where paychecks used to. Throwaway tech. Fast forward to 2050. The International Renewable Energy Agency expects 78 million tons of solar panel waste. Panels are engineered for 25 years, yet early batches are already cracking, corroding, and peeling apart. The EU labels them hazardous because of lead and cadmium, but most still get bulldozed into landfills where toxins seep toward the water table. Wind blades are worse. Fiberglass so tough it has to be cut with diamond saws. Thousands are already buried in custom pits in Wyoming and Iowa, grave mounds that will outlast the turbines above them. Recycling can recover 95% of a panel's materials, but only the EU forces producers to take their junk back. Everywhere else, tipping fees are cheaper than ethics. Can we do better? Absolutely, but only if we drop the "green equals guilt-free" sticker. First, use rooftops and car parks before we flatten another desert. The U.S. National Renewable Energy Lab found 22,000 square kilometers of suitable roofs, enough to cover 40% of American electricity without touching tortoise turf. Second, clean the supply chain. Tesla and BMW now buy cobalt from North America, Australia, and recycled stocks. Contracts come with third-party audits and blockchain tracking. It costs more, but not as much as a 10-year-old with a headlamp and a pickaxe. Third, pay the real tab. Slap a half-cent levy on every kilowatt-hour from new renewables and funnel the cash into worker transition funds. Scale Germany's compromise worldwide, and "just transition" becomes more than a conference hashtag. Renewables aren't a miracle pill, they're strong medicine with side effects. We still have to swallow. It's the only prescription that keeps the planet breathing, but we need to read the label and adjust the dose. If this shifted how you see the panels on your neighbor's roof, pass it on. Share it with the friend who still thinks green means zero consequences. And if you want the receipts, studies, maps, solutions, hit subscribe. Next up, the lithium triangle of South America, where the sun is baking water, wealth, and entire cultures into dust.